in the verse, like Sadrisho Nam. So, it said Brahmatvam, Keshavatvam, Shakratvam va Suraihi Saha. Atvam means, the state, you know. Even in that Varaha Puranam, it says Brahmatvam, Lokapalatvam, Shakratvam. And Brahmatvam, Keshavatvam, Shakratvam. So, which means the state or the position, it could mean, like Tvam means, like that state or position of Indra or position of Vishnu or position of Lokapalaka means the protector, which is Narayana, and the position of Brahma. So it could mean, like that way. Anushasana Parvam contains a lot about Lord Shiva. Episode of Upamanyu comes in Anushasana Parvam. Durvasa Maharshi enlightening Krishna about Lord Shiva also comes in Anushasana Parvam. And the differentiation between Kala Rudra and Paramashiva itself is described in Mahabharata. For example, Upamanyu Maharshi, like when he appears, right? Upamanyu Maharshi has the vision of Mahadeva. Even there you see the differentiation of Kala Rudra and Paramashiva is shown. And even there is a stuti that describes Shiva to be the begetter or the, the father of the three personalities, Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. There is also another verse in the Sauptika Parvam of Mahabharata, where Veerabhadra is protecting the army of the Pandavas. And then when Ashwatthama comes to kill, the Pandava army. And that's when, the description of the personality who is protecting the Pandava army is described. And that's where from that personality, who is none other than Veerabhadra or a partial manifestation of Lord Shiva, thousands and thousands of Hrishikeshas with conches, and discs were appearing from that personality. Even that also describes that Vishnus are many in number who are bound to destruction, and Vishnu is a Jivatma. Mahabharata describes that. Drona Parvam, last two chapters, and the episode of Upamanyu, there are two Shiva Sahasranamams, right? There is only one Vishnu Sahasranamam, but there are two Shiva Sahasranamams in the entire Mahabharata, which attests the supremacy of Lord Shiva alone. And Drona Parvam episode is a mind blowing episode. Literally, your hairs stand on end if you start reading that. The way Vyasacharya describes Lord Shiva, about Lord Shiva to Ashwatthama, about Lord Shiva to Arjuna. How Narayana was meditating on, Shiva for 66,000 years. Now, why would actually Vishnu meditate on someone like that too for 66,000 years? And apart from that, he does meditation even more for 132,000 years. Again, totally 200,000 years described in Mahabharata. And why would he meditate on 200,000 years for Lord Shiva, on Lord Shiva? Yeah, right. So those things, should be thought of. That too standing on one leg with his hands upraised. Urdhvabahur Mahateja Jvalanaditya Sannibaha. So all these things should be thought about. That's what my point is. And some people, the Mayavadis say, oh, okay, fine, this is just to describe that they are one and the same. No, that too, no. That's not the case. Because otherwise, why would the Atharva Shika says Shiva Ekodhyayaha? Tatpara Parato Ishas Tanme Manas Shiva Sankalpamastu. Aham Ekaha Pratamaha. That's what Atharva Shira says. Upanishads are completely in line with, Shiva Paratvam. The majority of the hymns are also dedicated to Lord Shiva. So it's not just to talk about Harihara Abheda. That's not why these things are there. And anything that is related to Shiva only, it will be more interesting. If you clearly notice in the Drona Parvam episode, the last two chapters, it is actually Guru Sishya Samvadam, where the Sishya questions about the real Brahman, or it's like the knowledge of Brahman that is provided, where a question is comes into play. The Upanishads, that's how it works. Upanishads, the question is being asked by the Shishya, and then the Guru gives the Upadesha about the Supreme Brahman, right? That's what is, that Drona Parvam episode is all about. And also there are many other episodes. Upamanyu gives knowledge of Lord Shiva to Krishna. All other things are like just, it's like coming and going. only the episodes of Lord Shiva in the entire Mahabharata will be interesting. So that's where the real knowledge of Brahman is given. That is, Brahman is actually the personal form or the formed Mahadeva, not a formless attribute also. So that's about it actually. Like we need to see it as a whole and not. Yeah. Why would Vyasacharya have like two Shiva Sahasranamams in Mahabharata and only one Vishnu Sahasranamam? Right? And that too, like the same Bhishma who gives the Vishnu Sahasranama, he expresses inability. Ashaktoham gunan vaktum mahadevasya dhimatah. He gives the Vishnu Sahasranama when questioned by Yudhishthira. Mm. But the same Bhishma, when he is questioned about Lord Shiva, he says, I'm incapable. Are you asking about Lord Shiva to me? I'm incapable. I'm someone who is born by birth, old age, disease, and death. And are you asking about the supreme Brahman Mahadeva to me? I'm incapable. Ashaktoham gunan vaktum mahadevasya dhimataha. That's how he starts off, and then he directs him to Hrishikesha, Narayana. Like, and then Vishnu himself starts glorifying Lord Shiva. So these are all, like things to be noted at the end of the day. When you see it as a whole, you will understand that wherever Shiva is shown as lower than Brahma or Vishnu, in Mahabharata, it only refers to that Kala Rudra aspect and not Lord Shiva. So that understanding should be there. I hope it clarifies, man. Namah Shivaya.